Welcome to the Black Friday of high school hoops. We're here at St. Thomas Academy for the Twin Cities Thanksgiving tip-off, one of the premier invitationals in the state of Minnesota. We have several games coming your way today from St. Thomas Academy. First up, the Anoka Tornadoes and the Visitation Blazers. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Beaton. Here I am all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. Visitation, building their way up. They were above 500 last year, and they have a strong anchor in Sam Wills. Her leadership will be on display this season. Last year, she had Olivia Johans to help her out in the post. But based on her AAU performance with the Minnesota Stars, Sam Wills, a capital hustle player, terrific down low. She can hit the outside shot too. She gets after it. I have a feeling this could be a big leap for her as she enters her sophomore season. For the Tornadoes, they won 5 of their last 7 games, and they bring back their entire starting 5, including Evan Apinga and Lydia Lakanen. How will that experience play out? We shall see. But Anoka hoping to play spoiler in Section 7 against a strong Centennial team and over another team to watch as well. We'll be back to kick things off. You're watching the Twin Cities Thanksgiving Tip-Off. When the high school season is over, TSP Television goes on the highlight trail. Our highlight reels provide you with a valuable resource for recruiters and a keepsake of your favorite athlete. To learn more about our highlight reel services, contact us at tsptelevision@gmail.com. Welcome back to St. Thomas Academy. We are starting at Court 2 today, and then we'll make our way to Court 1. Schoberg Flynn Arena for the remaining games in Friday's slate. It's always an exciting time when we kick off a new season. This is game 1. As you know, every team has had about a week and a half to practice. I had a chance to talk with Nick Novak, the Anoka head coach, briefly before the game. He said Anoka reads each other well. They know what's going to happen before they have to telegraph it. And we'll see how that experience plays in their favor. For Visitation, can they build off of that plus 500 season last year? Historically, girls basketball hasn't been the most successful sport when you look at records, but I remember talking to Sam Wills last year when Visitation knocked off Rockford, and you speak to the Visitation parents, past and present, they all sense an ascension is approaching. Faith Johnson-Patterson, the head coach, one of the biggest names in high school hoops. Visitation wins the tip, and Sam Wills doesn't take long to exert her might in the post. She scores our first points of the 2022-23 season. We'll get names and numbers as we move along. A nice inside feed from Apinga to Youngquist, and Anoka gets on the board. Ryan's 3 is blocked. Frekin got a piece of it, but she couldn't hold on to it. This is also the last year without a shot clock. As you may know, starting in 2023, we'll have a 35-second clock in all games. Sam Wills on the take, sealed off there by Apinga. And the Tornadoes on the move. Frekin tried to connect with Lakanen on the bounce pass, but was unsuccessful. And Visitation will take over early in this one, 2-2. Passy blocked. A couple of blocks already for the Tornadoes. And Sam Wills with a rejection on the other end. Again, if you followed her in the AAU season, that was one of her defining traits, an excellent post player for the top Minnesota Stars team, Stars Bravich, in the 2025 class. 3 on the way for Anoka, off the mark. And the rebound picked up by Passy. Anoka went 11-16 last year. But again, they did win 5 of the last 7. Visitation. Wills fires the 3, bullseye. 5 quick points for the top returning scorer. Wills averaged nearly a double-double last season. Anoka on the drive. Christy Jorger got a piece of it. Visitation wins 16-7. One of their best seasons in recent history. But they play in a tough conference, the Tri-Metro, with De La Salle and Holy Angels, as Lakanen scores off the inbound feed for Anoka. And their section, De La Salle, one of the section rivals, Como Park, graduated everybody from that potent starting 5 last year. There is a lot of anticipation regarding Simley. So Visitation, they have a tough hill to climb, but they may have an opening. 5-4 the score. Jorger tried to set up the side fade, but instead an illegal screen was called on number 3, Leah Passy, and Anoka will call the timeout. No, Visitation will call the timeout. I initially thought the signal was to Anoka, but Visitation called the timeout. A reminder that we'll be with you throughout the season. How many games we cover, it depends on the day, because I am affiliated with several stations, but we're glad you can join us, and we're happy for the stations who are gracious enough to syndicate our coverage throughout the Twin Cities metro area. We'll have several games from our kickoff invitationals, the Twin Cities tip-off here, and the Pat Patterson Thanksgiving tip-off at Hamlin. And we have some great games on the calendar coming up. Thanksgiving weekend is one of my favorite weekends of the year, not just because of the food, but it means high-level basketball. Great way to see a lot of teams in the early part of the season. Anoka can't hit the 3, rebound Bryan. Jorger was looking for Wills on the high-low. Pass was picked off by Frekin. She'll kick it out to Mokangi for 3. And Anoka still having trouble landing those 3-pointers. Couple of second chances, though. Lakanen couldn't connect. So the Blazers get a break. Passy, step back 3, off the heel. Fracking. Three from the corner. Doesn't go in, but another offensive rebound. Anoka controlling that facet of the game, and that time Lakanen cashes in on the second chance play. .6-5 the score. Skip pass, 3 on the way. Jorger unable to hit. And the rebound by number 32, Lakanen. And she's called for the, or I should say she draws the blocking foul.
All the Blazers, number 33, Christy Yeager, her first team foul.
Yeager, by the way, not Jorger. And we have an injury stoppage here with 13:34 left in the first half. Anoka leads 6-5. You may recall Anoka back in the 2010s. They made several state tournaments. 2011, the most memorable. They won 2 regular season games, but managed to win the section. It looks like Lakanen's okay. May have taken a cut. And if that's the case, they got to get her patched up. But a brief stoppage here gives me a chance to highlight some of the officials. Kevin Anderson, he's been doing this for a long time. Kendall McGee's father, Benil St. Margaret's, poised to have a big season. Tim Ellefson in his first season as head coach with the Red Knights. And they're a team with a fair bit of history. Anoka, the last time they reached state, you have to go back to 2016, but that state tournament run in 2011 was a spark plug for that program. They've had some lean years since then. (11-16), and they play in the Northwest Suburban, a conference with the defending state champion in Totino Grace, the lone 3A school in the group. As Lakanen will make her way back to the Anoka sideline. She will take a seat for a minute. Katie McKay will go in. And Anoka with the 6-5 lead. Anoka getting a couple of subs in. And a foul on Visitation. Emma Meshke hit with a foul. Another entry fee. Number 5, Laurel Kuyan couldn't connect. Anoka doing a terrific job reading those entry passes in the early going. Defensively, they look pretty stout, but they're still unable to hit those threes. They've been able to control the glass, and again, reading entry passes. Visitation trying to run the high-low, and instead they turn it over. Anoka 4A school, Visitation 3A.
Checking for the Tornadoes, number 1, Samantha Lakanen. Number 52, Elizabeth Shoknecht. Checking for the Blazers, number 5,
Elizabeth Shoknecht enters the game for the Tornadoes. Anoka swings it around. They're not giving up on that 3. Mukangi with the O-board. Sees a lane, but she can't squeeze through number 5, Megan Guerin. Here's Sam Wills. She hasn't had a lot of touches as of late, but connects on the fadeaway, and her former teammate applauds that move. I say former because she graduated. 7-6 the score. Dead ball rebound to the Blazers. Guerin along the baseline, ran out of real estate.
Checking in for the Tornadoes, number 10, Lauren Youngquist.
And so far, Sam Wills accounting for all 7 of Visitation's points. Laurel Kuyan accounting for 2 of Anoka's on the drive through the middle. 7-8 the score. Wills lost it. I think she dribbled it off her foot. Anoka looks to push. Mukangi couldn't quite finish it. Wills collects the rebound. Wills didn't see an opening, kicks out. Guerin short on the jumper. Anoka looking for a driving lane. I don't see one yet. Solid defensive effort by Emma Meshki, and she'll draw the foul. She got the poke and the strip.
All the Tornadoes number 1, Samantha Mukangi, her first team foul.
First foul assessed to Anoka. Wills for 3. Not that time. Anoka on the move. This is Katie McKay. Wills rises up for the rejection. Kept her body squared and straight. As we told you, Sam Wills, emblematic of hustle plays. And on that Minnesota Stars team, they made some noise. She was part of what I called the Big Three in the summer with herself, Kendall McGee. And the younger of the Woodson sisters, Tatum. Visitation looking for the interior penetration. Bryan with the second chance effort. Frekin made the initial block, but Visitation able to get enough presence inside. And another lead change, 9-8 with 9:18 to go. Shoknek thought about it. Loose ball, Wills tried to strip it away. And Anoka short on the runner. Guerin to Yeager. Guerin finishes the floater. Megan Guerin gets on the board, and this will help Visitation as they lead 11-8. Sam Wills, a terrific player, but any support she can get could help take some coverage off of her. Kuyan finds Mukangi, who draws the foul.
Foul the Blazers number 5, Megan Guerin, her fourth team foul.
Mukangi averaged 7 points and 2.3 rebounds per game last season. One of the keys Nick Novak felt would help Anoka this season if they could improve their shooting from the outside. So far, they have yet to connect on a 3. Mukangi gets on the board. And it's 11-9. Officials timeout. The clock did not start. And Anoka will use this opportunity for a substitution. Lydia Lakanen goes back in the game. She and Apinga part of the all-conference team in the Northwest Suburban. Fracking as well. Frekin led the Tornadoes with 14 points per game. Guerin goes inside. Bryan through traffic. Can't connect. One of the scoreboards turned off. And a jump ball. Anoka with the arrow. One of the scoreboards briefly went offline. This was the original court that St. Thomas Academy played on before Schoberg Flynn Arena was built last decade. Anoka finally knocks down a three. Evan Apinga from the right wing. And it should be 12-11. Visitation with the answer off the heel. Wills. She's everywhere, but couldn't get the job done that time. Pass tipped by Meshki. The scoreboard reads 12-12. I have it as 12-11 on my score sheet. Anoka looking to extend the lead. Can Apinga make it two in a row? Not that time. Another offensive rebound, and free throws coming for Lydia Lakanen. Lakanen, a three-sport athlete, swimming, basketball, and track. A starter since her 9th grade season. And she has one more year in the maroon for Anoka. The score has been corrected, I think. Lakanen splits at the line. Anoka 2 of 4, and it is 12-12. "17-footer off the mark, but Bryan strips the ball, and Anoka connects. I should say Visitation connects, making Guerin with the base or the elbow jumper. Drive and fake for the Tornadoes. And an offensive foul.
Legal screen on number 10, Lauren Memphis.
Another long jumper this time. Guerin couldn't land it. Anoka looking to push. Lakanen couldn't catch up to it in time. And Bryan collects the loose ball. Wills one-on-one. How will she approach it? Shimmy, count it! Sam Wills, a volleyball, basketball, and golf athlete at Visitation. Also enjoys skiing activities, water skiing, slalom skiing, and she's a big romance novel fan. A voracious reader, and romance novels are her thing. She connects on the three-point play, and I've got her at 10 points. Anoka calls a timeout. By my count, I have Visitation up 16-13. We'll get the score addressed at halftime. But that gives us a little more time to talk about Sam Wills and what a freshman season she had last year for Visitation. 17.3 points, 9.2 rebounds, nearly 4 assists. considers herself a guard, but she plays like a post too. And she also has considerable family lineage with the school. Her mother graduated from Visitation back in 1994, and we have an official's timeout. There may be a score discrepancy. Again, by my count, we have 16-13. The scoreboard reads 17-12. It's the first game of the year. Everyone gets a little rusty. Even this guy. But Anoka looked silky smooth on that possession, and Lauren Youngquist high fives Lydia Lakanen for the dime. Tip ball. It will stay with Visitation. The Twin Cities tip-off started at the other St. Thomas, UST, but going up to D1 prevented them. Well, doesn't matter what court number 11 is on. Evita Pinga made the read and sprinted to the bucket for the scoop and score, the basketball equivalent anyway. I was going to say, this Twin Cities tip-off started at the University of St. Thomas, but when they went to Division I, they could no longer host high school events. So the other St. Thomas pitched in. Sam Wills, baseline jumper, missed the mark. And the result has been some entertaining basketball. Anoka converts another transition play. Lauren Youngquist again. And I've got Youngquist at 6 as this back and forth duel continues. 18-17 is the score. That is listed. And another lead change, courtesy of Megan Guerin.
On the Tornadoes, number 32, Lydia Lakanen, her first, 4th team foul. Number 5, Megan Guerin on the line, shooting 1.
And a few more subs coming in. One game does not make a season. But with Johans now a graduate, as Mukangi blows by her defender and converts the layup. As the lead swaps hands again. I'll be curious in this game and down the season, as we have a 3 from the corner. No good. Wills reaches back to collect the rebound. She was a little off balance, but she continues to impress me. Lakanen in trouble. Anoka swings it around. 3 from the wing. Rattles out. Jump ball. I believe Visitation has the arrow, and they do. But with Olivia Johans, now a graduate, she was there to help out Wills. Who's going to take on that role? Because in basketball, even in the bigger classes, you need 3 go-tos as Wills draws the foul. If you've got 3 players with the dynamic nature, that seems to make the difference between the contenders and the rest of the field. And that's not to say I expect Visitation to have 3 go-tos ready to fire at moment's notice, as Wills knocks down the front end. But who can step up when she draws the bulk of defensive coverage? I think that's going to say a lot about Visitation's outlook this season. 20-20 is the score that is listed. And Anoka will hang on to it with the arrow as Lakanen was battling for the offensive rebound.
Checking in for the Tornadoes, number 23, Lydia. Number 11, Anoka, and number 20, Maddy, Frekin.
Minutes to go. Visitation thought they had a steal, but Anoka able to keep possession, and a foul is called on number 12, Emma Meshki.
Foul on the Blazers, number 12, Emma Meshki, is second, 6-2 foul.
Last to give for the Blazers in this half. Inbound pass intercepted by Maya Phillips, but she couldn't hang on to it, and Anoka catches a break. Kuyan to Schotnecht. Apinga was thinking about it, fires, and the rebound scooped by Meshki. Finds Guerin, stutter step, draws the foul.
On the Tornadoes, number 52, Elizabeth Schotnecht, her first 6-2 foul. Number 5, Megan Guerin on the line for the Blazers.
Guerin at the line. In the early going, both teams struggling to hit their free throws. That being said, this is a morning game. Not too many schools accustomed to the early morning start time. But again, with this being the holiday weekend, you can fit in all these invitationals in our kickoff to a new season. And that's going to be a foul on Anoka. 1-and-1 for Meshki after she grabbed the rebound. The foul, I believe, will be assessed to McKay.
On the Tornadoes, number 20, Maddy Frekin, his second, 7-2 foul.
They call it on Frekin.
Number 12, Meshki, shooting 1-1.
So Meshki to the line, 1-and-1. Visitation with a 1-point lead.
For the Tornadoes, number 32, Lydia Lakanen, and number 10, Lauren Youngquist.
And another split, dead ball rebound to Anoka. One of the fun quirks about calling games on day one, you don't have any numbers or stats to draw from outside of last season. And we're going to have free throws the other way as Lauren Youngquist was hacked on the way up. Youngquist averaging 8.1 points and 4.5 rebounds last season. Youngquist connects on both, and we're tied at double deuces. Visitation looking to change that on the run. Christy Yeager missed on the layup. 134. Kuyan, short on the drive. Wills has it 1-on-3. Lauren Youngquist got herself set in time. Tough break for Wills. When you go 1-on-3 like that, your instincts sometimes guide you to things you might have reconsidered. But Anoka makes the defensive stop, and they have a chance to retake the lead in a first half filled with lead changes. Kuyan, another missed layup. Jump ball. And the arrow belongs to Anoka. 58 seconds. Bounce pass, disrupted. And a carrying call. Anoka turns it over. Visitation was looking for the lead, but Leah Passy missed on the runner. Now Anoka looking to floor it. Contact and a foul on Yeager. At least I believe it's on Yeager. It is. Had that been on Wills, that would have been her second foul. And that's the player you don't want to have in foul trouble. Lakanen, a force on the drive and can be a game changer. And Anoka's wing knocks down both free throws. The Tornadoes 6 of 8. They have a 2-point lead. Wills, 1-on-1. Beautiful move. Got the step on Apinga. And she's up to 13. We're tied again. Wills read the pass. Waits for help this time. And drawing the foul was Passy on the 3. It will go against Kuyan. Passy will get 3 free throws. Passy, the freshman. And my friend Latoya, if she were here, she would remind everyone, and she'll be with us for some later games this evening, she would remind everyone about the value of free throws, especially when you get fouled on a 3-point shot. Passy does get 1, but Visitation left a couple of points at the line. 1-point lead, 3 seconds. Mukangi finds Lakanen for the buzzer beater. A perfectly executed play to close out the first half. And this back and forth seesaw has Anoka up 26-25 after 18 minutes. These two teams, they've been going at it. It's going to come down to execution. Which side wins out? We shall see, but that was a huge momentum booster for Anoka to score with time winding down. We'll take a break and bring you more coverage from the 2022 Twin Cities tip-off at St. Thomas Academy. Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSP Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves. Holloman, good if it goes. Yes! Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSP Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Mike Peden with you, all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. 26-25, Anoka leads Visitation, so that is the score. We did confirm that. In a game that saw a litany of lead changes. First half numbers, Lydia Lakanen leads with 9. Lauren Youngquist has 8. Those are your notables for the Tornadoes. For Visitation, Wills with 13, Guerin with 7. But when it comes to balance, Anoka has the edge there. Apinga has 5 points, and a couple of others have chipped in. Visitation, most of the offense has come from Wills, but Guerin found a rhythm, and as we said at the open and during the first half, that is going to be the storyline for Visitation. Who will be that second option, that supporting player to spell for Wills when she gets a lot of coverage? That being said, Sam Wills can pull off some sweet moves. That one a little strong, but Wills has the agility and the strength to make it work. Anoka too strong on the drive, and Apinga holds her hands to her head in disbelief. Visitation for 3. Short, rebound, tipped to Mukangi. Tornadoes on the run, and this time they get the finish. Apinga to Frekin, and Maddy with her first field goal. Two teams looking to continue their ascension from last year. Anoka winning 5 of their last 7 to close out 2021-22, and Visitation putting together a solid season. Struggled against the top of the Tri-Metro. Sam Wills gets the contested floater to bounce in, and I've got her at 15. Lakanen, the kick out. Youngquist for 3. Rims out, but Anoka all over the boards on offense. They lead 30-27 as Lakanen puts it in. Anoka, I feel stronger on the boards. Wills working off the screen, lines up the 3. No good. Jump ball. Anoka with the arrow. As we noted, Anoka in the Northwest Suburban, Totino Grace, the defending 3A state champions, reside there. Maple Grove, Centennial are 2 teams expected to contend again. Rogers, they've got Clara Glad going to UC Davis. 3 from the corner, no good. But the high carom is tipped to Mukangi, and Anoka gets another possession out of it. Deep 3 for Apinga, short. And Anoka reading the rebounds well. 15-footer goes in, and that will be a timeout for Visitation. Maddy Frekin off the dish from Lakanen, and when you get all those offensive rebounds, it becomes a battle of attrition. And that is where Anoka is thriving right now. Frekin, a freshman phenom, in the words of Nick Novak, led the team in scoring. And the cohesion, the chemistry is something Nick Novak expects a lot of with his entire starting 5. returning. Will it be enough to contend with the likes of Maple Grove, Rogers, Centennial, some of the top teams in the Northwest Suburban? We shall see. And we mentioned Centennial being in the same section. Back to action. Ooh! Megan Guerin stepped on the baseline, the sideline. In any event, that's not what you want coming out of an ATO. A foul is called on Bryan, and nope, it's on Anoka. I was going to say, you can see the bandage along Lakanen's chin where she got cut in the first half. Lauren Sexton missing the three. And the dead ball rebound to Visitation. Wills off the inbound. Thought about it. Missed the three. Another point we emphasize a lot in these invitationals, as Anoka was looking to connect on the deep three. Instead, Mukangi hit with a foul. What you see today will look far more polished when we get to January, February. This is game one out of a possible 32. And Visitation, their schedule includes a few more conference games as Cooper and Kennedy move to the Tri-Metro. Left wing three. Both sides struggling to hit their triples. But Christy Yeager gets the defensive stop and will take it all the way for two. That gets her on the board. And we'll see if that awakens Visitation. Mukangi thought about it, now kicks out. Youngquist saw a lane and draws the foul. That could have gone either way. Youngquist bobbled the handle momentarily. For a second, I thought she might have warranted or get flagged for double dribble. 32-29. Step back three, looks off. But when you are as stoic as Anoka is on the boards, you can keep firing away. Anoka with the advantage in size and agility, at least on this end of the floor. Miscommunication on the pass. And that's a turnover on Apinga. Fundamentally, I would give the edge to Anoka in this matchup, but Visitation hanging around. And that's a big reason why, number 24. Sam Wills directing traffic. Takes it herself and knocks down the 15-footer. 17 points for Sam Wills. Kuyan says right back at you and has a chance at 3. Kuyan, the 5'5" sophomore. (35-31) following the three-point play. Wills gets the handoff, draws the double, follows the miss, and gets the second chance layup. Deft vision there. Wills tried to get a piece of it, but the runner was offline. Visitation gets a stop. They could tie or take the lead here. And an illegal screen. 12:13 to go in the second half. This is one of those games where you learn a lot about yourself, and of course everybody plays 2 games at this Invitational. Visitation will get Mare Lutheran, and Anoka will play Eastridge. Kuyan. She's feeling it now. Drains the runner, and she's up to 7. Passy wants the 3. No good. Rebound. Tip to Wills. She'll shoot 2. Wills, her agility, instinct, floor awareness. Already getting attention from college coaches. Back in the spring, she got her first Division I offer from St. Thomas. And while she still has a little bit of time before she has to make that decision, with this being the first game in her sophomore season, it's a high mark. She's great to talk to. I've gotten to know her family over the last year. Splits at the line, 3-point game. Just a wonderful presence on the floor and in the community. Jump ball. Anoka with the arrow. Sam Wills, a friendly, engaging persona. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing her name a lot over the next few years at Visitation and perhaps beyond. Anoka. Another jump ball. Anoka a little strong on that entry feed. Passy wanted the 3, but the taller Lakanen swatted it away. Kuyan left alone. Too strong. And Wills will be tagged with a foul. Another offensive rebound.
On the Blazers, number 24, Samantha Wills, her second, 4th team foul.
Just a second on Wills with 11:04 to go, and free throws coming for Frekin.
Second to the Blazers, number 12, Emma Leshman. Number 10, Laura Youngquist, shooting 1 goal.
And Anoka now 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Visitation 6 of 13. When you look at a 5-point margin, that's one stat that begins to stand out. Wills had trouble collecting the inbound pass and had Frekin on her. Not an easy person to get around. A chance for Anoka to extend their lead. Frekin double teamed, and she was cut off. Didn't give her a great lane to go through. Wills. Visitation is trying to penetrate inside. Lakanen with another defensive stop. Schotnecht hits the baseline jumper. That's her first field goal. And Anoka with their largest lead of the game. 41-34, 9:57 left in the second half.
Timeout. Visitation. 30-second timeout.
So Visitation with 2 timeouts remaining. And Anoka's balance tilting the game in their favor. When you look at the numbers, Lakanen with 11, Kuyan with 7, Youngquist with 8. Frekin, after an uneventful first half, she's up to 6. As far as this matchup goes, Anoka has a few more tools at their disposal. Visitation, as we said before, that's going to be one of their storylines. And we may not have an answer today, or even next week. But if someone can take the reins the way Johans and Wills did last season, that will go a long way for this Blazers team. Right now, Lydia Lakanen with a monstrous defensive presence. Step back 3, no good. Look who's there for the O-board. It's Lakanen, and she draws the foul. Lakanen is everywhere.
All the Blazers, number 33, Kirsten Frager, their third 14 foul.
Mukongi blocked. It will stay with Anoka, 9:24 to go. Apinga thought about it, attacks, too strong. And I think we'll have a jump ball. We do. Visitation with the arrow.
Visitation.
And an official's timeout. A substitution, apparently Anoka signaled for one and didn't get it. That was a little odd. But we resume play. That's Jaeger. Used up the dribble, needs help, finds Wills, but she's under a lot of pressure. Visitation swings it around, 3 ball. Lakanen continues to build up her defensive credentials. A few blocks, picks up the rebound there. Mukongi for 3. That could have been a dagger for Anoka given the flow of this game, but instead it's a rebound for Wills. Wills with the step back off the glass. I see you, Sam. A much needed bucket for the Blazers. Entry pass tipped. Goes right back to Youngquist. Looking for Lakanen. And another tip by Lauren Sexton. Visitation trying to grit their way to a stop. Mukongi off the top of the backboard, but stays in play. Another rebound for Wills. Tried to hook up with Bryan, but a little too much traffic, and Mukongi swiped it away. Lakanen looking to create some room. Mukongi to Youngquist for three. Wills with the box out, but Jaeger couldn't corral it. Anoka will call a timeout. They caught a break though. Wills had a box out. There were 3 red jerseys and Jaeger just had a case of Butterfingers. Like we said though, this is game 1 out of a possible 32, so some of the intangibles that aren't fully formed yet will come into focus as the season moves along. 7:23 to go. Well, there's no doubt that Sam Wills will be ready to go, and some of you Visitation fans may be aware of her prowess, as all the Visitation home games are covered on visitationbroadcast.com. MSBN has been doing St. Thomas Academy and Visitation games for several years. Mukongi, the kick out. Frekin passed up the 3, but when you have an intrinsic awareness down low, you can pass up triples. Lakanen with another cleanup job. And that will be a dead ball rebound to the Blazers. Lakanen with 13 points, and she is throttling Visitation in seemingly every facet of the game. We have witnessed her influence multiple times on defense. And Anoka tagged with an offensive foul. It's on Frekin. That's her third. 6:48 to go. Something to keep an eye on in the closing minutes. You don't want to lose Lakanen, who has served as your catalyst. Jaeger in trouble, finds Bryan. Bryan goes up, can't get the bounce. Jaeger with the offensive rebound, but she had nowhere to go. Tough angle. I think she tried to force it. And against double coverage, that's difficult. Mukongi to Lakanen. Mukongi, no good. Or she might have looked for Lakanen instead, who puts down another reverse. Another highlight in a sea of them for number 32. Maya Phillips struggling a bit with ball control. Anoka looking to extend their advantage. Mukangi's drive off the mark. Rebound going to Sexton. But can the Blazers find a spark? Lakanen continuing to serve as Anoka's spark plug. Another block. Visitation calls timeout. Lydia Lakanen. I don't know what her future holds this season, but this is one heck of a start. We talk about the importance of first impressions in job interviews. Lakanen with an extraordinary impression here. 15 points, blocks, a few rebounds. She has done just about everything you can imagine for this team. Again, how will that compare against the likes of Maple Grove Centennial as they make their way through the Northwest Suburban Conference? We shall see. Maple Grove brings back a lot. Centennial brings back a lot. Spring Lake Park, a team that can play the spoiler card at almost any moment. Park Center has a lot of youth. They'll be featured in the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic. All those questions will be answered in due time, but for someone like Lakanen, this is one way to get attention. .507 to go. Mukangi. Her three is off the heel. Visitation. They got to get a bucket as they trail by 9, 45-36. Where can they find some offense? Wills sees a lane. That's one way to do it. With Wills as swift as she is, we've seen her beat defenders several times today on that first step. And as we stated before, played an integral role on the Stars Bravich AAU team, so if you're wondering how she fares against top-tier competition, she does quite well. Wills knocks down the freebies. She's up to 24. And that makes the margin 7. Now, this is a close game. Remember, this is the last year without a shot clock, so we'll see how Anoka approaches the final stages. This is the last year where you can play stall ball. Next year, that won't be the case. And the Lake Conference already adopting a shot clock for conference games. Anoka playing keep away, running the clock out as much as they can. .350 to go. They're going to try to make Visitation take a high-risk play or catch them off guard. Lakanen almost did, but her layup was too strong. And the Blazers get the stop they needed. Wills to Phillips for three. Yes! Wills with the dime and Phillips with her first field goal. It's a 4-point game. Lakanen looking for that mismatch. Can't find one there. Another stop by Visitation on the block from Megan Garrett. She finds Wills. No good. Bryan was there to trail, and she draws the foul. We should remind you that Visitation's head coach, Faith Johnson-Patterson, does have 8 state tournament titles, 5 with Minneapolis North, 3 with De La Salle. So she knows how to work her way through tough games, tough scenarios. Bryan makes it a 1-possession game. Bryan, when she's not playing basketball, likes to take up volleyball, cooking, baking, and playing with her dog. Splits at the line, but it's a loose ball. Scooped up by Visitation. Phillips, no good. Wills now draws the foul. A quick and sudden burst of energy enveloping Visitation, and Anoka out of fouls to give. Sam Wills with 24 points. A point I often make in the sport of basketball, how you work your way through adversity. Not every game is going to be pretty, but if you can win the ugly ones, it says a lot about your potential. And Anoka throws it away. 3 straight empty possessions for the Tornadoes. And after Wills knocked down both free throws, the Blazers, who trail by 9, can extend this 8-0 run. Phillips. Gotta be careful. Phillips lost the handle. And that's the last foul to give for the Blazers.
On the Blazers, number 1, Phillips, a second 16 foul.
So we'll shoot free throws the rest of the way. 2:18 to go. A 1-point game. Got to be careful. And that could apply to both sides. Anoka, they don't want to cough up the ball again. And Visitation, you don't want a ticky-tack foul now. A traveling violation, another empty possession for Anoka. By my count, that's 4 in a row. 1:58 on the clock. You have to admire the spunk you've seen out of Visitation after going down by 9. And for Anoka, Lydia Lakanen providing plenty of early promise for the Tornadoes. Again, 1-point margin, plenty of time. Don't need to force anything here. 1:40 to go. Wills was looking for a screen, didn't get it. Oh, that was close. Mukongi with a couple of swipes. Got to be careful when she's around. Layup no good. Anoka with the save. Anoka doing a good job neutralizing Wills over these last couple of possessions. Kind of a ticky-tack foul. I'm not protesting the foul call, but if you're going to take one, that's maybe not the best situation for it. Lauren Youngquist to the line, 1-1. She cannot make this a 2-possession game, though. Youngquist had not scored until this trip to the free throw line in the second half, and Anoka 11 of 13. But still a one-possession game, 47-44. Oh, Lakanen. That's her fourth. And that will stop the clock with 57.9. Christy Yeager with just 2 points. We'll see how she handles this trip. An entertaining opening act in the 2022-23 season. Yeager hits both free throws. So back to a 1-point game. And remember, both teams in the bonus. Frekin finds Mukongi. Oh, she beat Wills. No good. She had Wills beat. Uh-oh. Visitation had one timeout left. Faith Johnson-Patterson uses it to bail her team out of a pickle. Mukongi got Wills on the first step, had a wide open lane, and could not finish. Those are the kinds of plays you want to have. And Visitation with another chance to pull a win out of their hat. But as we were saying, game one shows you a lot. You can practice till kingdom come, but this is where the learning process truly begins. How you work against fellow competitors. And for the Blazers, how will they approach this play? 34.6, and they're out of timeouts. Anoka with 3 by my count. We haven't heard much from Guerin after she had a respectable first half. Most of the production has come from Wills. But over the last few possessions, Visitation hasn't been able to spot her. For Anoka, how do they approach crunch time defensively? We know Lakanen lurking down low. She has 4 fouls. Wills directing traffic. 21 seconds. Wills, contested jumper. Visitation, they got a foul now. Anoka, they're not going to take any chances. Evan Apinga, who has not scored in this half, to shoot 1 and 1 with 11.1 on the clock. She misses. Blazers out of timeouts. Wills for 3. Short, and that should just about do it. Wills with a couple of looks. They just didn't go in. Not necessarily bad shots. Just because it doesn't go in doesn't make it a bad possession. Sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. Another miss, but academic. Anoka hangs on for the 47-46 win. It wasn't a pretty ending for the Tornadoes. They had to sweat out several possessions from Visitation, but they hang on and start the season with the win. Lakanen with 15 points, Youngquist with 10. Visitation led by Sam Wills and her 26. Visitation, this will stink for a moment, but based on this performance, I think we can expect a lot out of Sam Wills as the season moves along. So that's it for our first game, our opening act of the 2022-23 season. We'll try to get a word with Lydia Lakanen before we wrap it up. You're watching the Twin Cities Thanksgiving tip-off at St. Thomas Academy.
When the high school season is over, TSP Television goes on the highlight trail. Our highlight reels provide you with a valuable resource for recruiters and a keepsake of your favorite athlete. To learn more about our highlight reel services, contact us at tsptelevision@gmail.com. Joining me is Lydia Lakanen of Anoka. Lydia was telling us that she'll have to get stitched up for that cut on her chin, but I'll tell you what, Lydia, you were stitching things up defensively in that second half. Blocks, rebounds, a series of stops. I know it was an ugly ending, but you still got the win. What do you make of a gritty effort like this?
After that free throw at the end, I was just really hoping we could get back and make a good play on defense after I missed the free throw. But I don't know, we put together a good win here, and we've been working hard in practices, and we kind of flipped the script on how we practice, and it just showed off the first game. So,
how nervous were you after Anoka, I think, had 4 straight possessions without a point, and Visitation got within 1, had a couple of chances to take the lead?
I had faith in us. I knew we were going to pull it out because, I don't know, we're just like that, I guess. But, yeah, I had faith in us.
Well, I think one reason for that faith and that grit, everyone in the starting 5 returning from last year. I talked to your coach beforehand. He mentioned how that does a ton of good for chemistry and experience. What do you think that adds, having everyone from last year's starting 5 back at it this year?
Our chemistry is way better than it has been in the past years, for sure. Knowing that everyone was coming back, we could do workouts in the summer and stuff, working on basically what we're going to do this year. We weren't sure about how our 6th and 7th would go, but I mean, having that starting 5 and knowing that we're going to be back with each other again was crazy. And we just know each other so well. It's just fun.
What's the attitude that you bring defensively? We talked about the series of stops you made to help Anoka hang on for this win. How do you approach the game and try to take over like you did today?
I like to talk a lot. I feel like being loud helps my team know where I am. And going in and trying to have fun instead of getting all in my head about stuff is totally helpful, that I've tried to switch up in the past couple years. But I mean, yeah, just going in and having fun, being loud, having fun with my teammates. Yeah.
Well, loud would about sum up your presence all around with 15 points, and I'll have to add up all the rebounds and blocks later, but I have a feeling that stat sheet's going to look pretty hefty next to your name after this. Before we go, you want to say hi to anybody?
I don't know, hi to my mom, I guess. But yeah.
Well, hi, Mom, and don't worry, she's okay. Just has to get a few stitches, but you take it like a champ.
Thanks.
Lydia Lakanen of Anoka. That wraps up our coverage from our first game here at the Twin Cities Thanksgiving Tip-Off. We'll have more coming your way soon. But until then, thanks for watching.